it is doing something.
Yeah,
It is at least doing something to remind me there's this other work that needs to be done as well.
exactly. Good morning,
Yeah.
George.
Good
All
morning.
right. Welcome to the Clarity Room. Friday
Morning.
in the 6th of Feb. Can you believe 1 week of February already done?
Not good.
Where is this year going? Well, I suppose we go heading into new financial years, etc. So it's time to really start thinking a little bit clearer. So before we kick off with our next step, I'm going to sneeze. There it goes. Here it comes. And it's me. Excuse me.
Bless you.
So we're going to start looking at, for this month, we're going to be looking at building a 90-day plan. And now we look
Building
at
ready? Sorry?
a 90-day plan.
All right.
Okay. Now, often when we look at 90-day plans, the first thing that generally goes through our mind is goals. And I'm saying no. It's a plan. They're not goals. And we'll break it down and we're going to go through it and we're going to do it nicely. Okay. No pressure. Because when we add pressure to setting goals and making plans fall in place, guess what happens? We just put anything in there to keep it to pretend we've done what we need to do. And we don't need to be pretending here. We know each other. We've all known each other for a while. When we put things into place, it's about getting it done. And I know George doesn't like goals. George doesn't like plans. George just likes to go with it sometimes. Okay.
Too.
Yeah. So we're going to do it in a different way. But before we get there, let's go back and have a look at where have we come from since January? Well, for this year. And we can even think about where we came from the end of last year. What has changed? Why has it changed? And now everybody goes quiet because they're making them think so early on a Friday morning. I'd like to start. Okay, should we all get up and do some exercises and get awake, get our brains
Just plenty
functioning?
exercises.
So some things haven't worked, have they?
It's just some things. It's not that they don't work. They take longer to do than you think.
Ah,
Things happen. You know, you plan to do things.
mm-hmm.
You think this will take me half an hour. 4 hours later, you're still trying to solve it.
Mm.
How do you account for that? So you just have to adjust accordingly. Well, I didn't get that done, right? So it's taking a bit longer, but keep at it. I always look at trying to make some progress
Okay.
towards it.
So if we look at that example, okay, you plan half an hour for something, and the next thing you know, it's 4 hours later, and you're still busy with it. And that's Jim. How do you resolve that? Get over that?
No, it's just you got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think George has hit the nail on the head as far as things take longer than expected.
Mm.
Um, I'm doing a couple of jobs where we were talking that this would be behind us by end of January, and we are still dealing with the unforeseen extra work that needs to be done. You sort of look at a certain task and you go, yeah, that's easy to do. Quick, I can do that in 2 weeks.
Mm.
And it turns out a month later, and it's still, we're still doing the final ticks and checks. Um, and, I still see it taking another week before we get the last signatures and the last documents put together. So you just got to keep going, not back off. You just got to keep it. And for the next time, be a little bit more circumspect about just how long it's going to take. So use it as a learning experience for the next similar project that's going to come along.
Mhm.
That's all I can say. But you can't stop or you can't rush it. It's got to be done properly. Yeah. So keep going. But definitely things have taken a lot more longer than we had planned or expected to do before we started working on them. So that's and also from my side, my experience is that, let's call it 8 weeks ago, I had a certain list of things I saw needed to be done.
Mhm.
And as the days have been coming along, other things have been coming into the work and messing up the whole plan that I had 8 weeks ago. So more projects have come in or more work has come in that needs to be dealt with, and it's filling up the spaces that were seen as opportunity to get the work done that I saw 8 weeks ago. So there's a bigger load of work to be done sitting here today than there was 8 weeks ago.
What's in,
And work has to spread out and fill in, we
yeah.
have to deal with it. And complications come up that are not known about before we started. Administrative complications, legal complications, incorrect filling in details, you redo something because it wasn't done properly the first time, those sort of things.
So when we think about it, it's about control. There are things you can control. There are things that are out of your control. Okay. So extra work coming in, those are amazing things. Okay. But in essence, they're not things we can absolutely control, but we can control it to some extent by saying, what can I control about it? And then make the changes. Then there are things like, hey, the deadline is that deadline and I cannot move it, as an example. Well, it's out of your control. But what you can do is control the lead up to that deadline. Okay. George, your scenario that you mentioned there is so common. Okay. We underestimate the amount of time that it will take to do something. It is about going back and learning the lesson from it so that next time it doesn't happen again. But the nice thing is, when you realize I gave something 30 minutes to do, it's taken me 4 hours to do. Now you're left with stuff that you were planning to do in that other 3.5 hours.
Mm.
Where can I now allocate that in? So it does stay in your control. So we're learning, why did it take me 4 hours instead of 30 minutes? Okay, go back and understand it. Is it because I didn't know how to do it?
That's often the case. When you're learning,
Okay.
it takes longer the first time you learn
Yeah.
something.
Okay, so, or was it because I was waiting for information or something like that I needed, which took my time? Or was it just because it wasn't going as planned? Go and break those reasons that could be there down and then say, okay, next time when I have something that, hey, maybe I think I might know how to do it, but I'm not sure. rather go safety-wise, I'll book myself an hour instead of half an hour. See where I'm going? So let's rather allocate more time than less time. Because if you allocate more time, so let's say you would normally allocate half an hour for that, you allocated an hour. And let's say, well, you did get finished in half an hour. There's always something else we can do in that half an hour. You may even just stop doing what you're doing and read a book for half an hour. Okay, or read some articles in your industry for half an hour. Then get back onto track. But the challenge sometimes is we say, okay, last time this took me 4 hours to do. And you go and book yourself 4 hours to do it again. Do you know what often happens?
Takes 8 hours.
You end up using that full 4 hours.
Oh, okay.
Because you gave yourself 4 hours to do it. Okay.
No, I would if it takes me for I'll try it all the next time. I'll allocate less hours and try to get it done in that time because I've learned a bit more about it.
Yeah.
It's mostly a lot of things. It's that learning process. You know, you've never done it before, and I'm doing a lot of that stuff. But when you've done something and it starts to become a habit and you're getting more proficient with
Yeah,
it.
but I'm talking about something new, something new again, that you would expect half an hour, but you're going to go 4 hours. Okay. Be careful that we don't take the full hours. Another thing is always leave space between your tasks or job assignments or things you need to do. Don't book them on top of each other. Okay. Why?
Oh, you need breathing space. You need to have a break time.
Get up. Okay. Go make a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. Get something to drink. Have something to eat. Get up, stretch, come back fresh so you can tackle the next task. Fresh. Close off the other task. Okay. I mean, my sessions, there's always half an hour between all my sessions. Okay. It's 10 minutes to close off, 10 minutes to have a cup of coffee, walk around, say hello to my wife, 10 minutes to come back and prepare for the Monday.
You give yourself time to say hello to your wife.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm in the dog box. It's as simple as that. Okay. You work all the time and I never see you. So she gets to see me. Never lose only 10 minutes. Make her a cup of coffee. Keeps her happy. But you get on going. It's because then I can come back in and be focused on the next task. Even if I'm not a call, okay, and I'm working on financials or working on planning or presentations, whatever, I do the same thing. Okay. Because back to backs. Because while you're busy with this, you know, I've got to get onto the next thing. And you're losing your concentration on what you're on. Or you start the next one, but you haven't finished the other one. Okay. And you know there's a note that you need to go back and make on it. Or if I just finished that one thing, now your concentration's on the different task. So you now take longer to do the second task. Okay. Another thing that I've learned, especially like if you're busy on a task, you've allocated an hour's time, but you're not finished in that hour. Okay. Stop at the end of that allocated time. Look at your diary. When can I continue with this and allocate the time again? Okay. Because often what happens is we get lost in what we're doing and we become tunnel visioned. When you leave it and you come back to it, suddenly it all makes sense and you can wrap it up quickly. Okay. So in those scenarios where we allocate half an hour and the next thing we know, it's going towards the 4 hours, stop. Come back to it later. Okay. Half the reason it takes us 4 hours to do is because we get tunnel visioned. Okay. Hey, I'm the first one to go down rabbit holes and get tunnel visioned. And that's how I've had to learn how to do it. Okay. Because I'll start something and see something else that's more interesting around it and see something, another angle that's more interesting. And before I realize it, I've actually gone off what I was intending to do. I dare you very quiet this morning.
I'm just listening.
It's things like that. Last night, for example, I was going to think, oh, Kenny's always on about me. I've never got into the app. I said, I better have a look. And I thought I've got all this clarity thing. And then the internet went. I thought, so I kept coming back and forth. I was down for about 2 hours. So I was lying in my bed last night. I'm too tired for this. I'll allocate it after the meeting or tomorrow afternoon because I've got another meeting after this. It's things like that that are frustrating, but I'll make up for it. So sometimes, like I usually go out on a Friday night. I'm not going out tonight. I've given myself time. I'll do it instead out at the pub tonight. I'll spend an extra hour catching up with some stuff.
You see, I mean, like the internet being down, can you control that? No.
No.
Okay. So what can you control about it? Well, those things that I wanted to do, when can I do them?
Yeah.
That's as easy as that. So it doesn't help getting worked up about it.
No. No point.
Doesn't help. I had my internet went down the other morning. Plan B. What's my plan B? Connect my phone and use my phone starter to carry on. No problem. The only challenge is then my other Mac doesn't connect. So then I have to move everything across to one screen, including the speaker and the mic and everything. And then I forget about it. And then later on, I'm trying to figure out why is this thing not working? But anyway, that's how you work life. That's life. Okay. So when we start thinking now about planning, we often make what mistakes when we plan?
Too much.
Sorry, what was that?
Overcomplicate too much.
Too much.
We overcomplicate it. We make it too challenging. Okay. I think I asked you guys in one of the first sessions this year, what's the one thing you want to achieve this year? Did I ask that? I can't remember.
It may have come across.
Okay. Why didn't I say what's the 3 things or what's the 5 things? I'm going to keep it simple and clear so you know what it is you want to achieve this year. So when we look at a 90-day plan, and I'm going to give you some nice document to go and work with, okay? But when you look at a 90-day plan, it's got to be clear on what it is you want to achieve over the 90 days. Don't squash stuff in there. Don't say, Jim, I want to do this project. No, that's your day-to-day stuff. Okay? Those are your day-to-day things. What is it that you need to do for your business? And you. Okay? And why does it need to be done? What will it mean to you? If you look at my logo, it says envision, inspire, and achieve. So you think about something you would like to do, like to achieve in the next 90 days. That's the envision part. Imagine it. Inspire yourself. What are the things I need to do to make that happen? and achieve. Go out there and make it happen. But you're going to track yourself over 90 days. Does it make sense? Okay. Just don't overcomplicate things. It must be something that's going to be beneficial, must be clear, must be understandable. Measurable? Yes. Have you achieved it? Can you track your progress on it? Can you really do it? You all are swearing at me in your heads.
So we're just listening.
Okay. I don't want to know today what it is. That's going to be the homework. You're going to work on what is that one thing. And yeah, I hate doing goals. It's not a goal. It's your plan. What is a plan? Are you guys really open to try something different?
We're open,
Oh, yeah.
I'm open to try.
Okay.
And prepare.
This is a 30-minute exercise. Are we open to try it?
Oh, right now, you mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Why not?
So this will help you get some clarity. This will help you get a little bit of relief from the stress and the pressure you're feeling right now. Okay. You are my first victims of this exercise. Okay.
I don't like the word victim.
Yeah.
You're the
So the
first people
purpose,
to get the chance to experience great success. It's better.
yeah, I agree with you. Okay, so the purpose of this is to breathe, get rid of all the noise and the clutter that could be going on, the distractions, okay, and get some clarity to what it is we're doing, where we're going. So we don't have to solve anything now, and there's no rush. Just want to move my notes over here, so I don't have to look across, because I don't know this off by hand yet. So not this. Move it like that. No, move over. Not too way. Okay. All right. Cool. So, are you comfortable? Put your feet firmly on the ground next to each other. You can close your eyes if you want, or just soften your gaze. Okay, so you just soften your gaze, you just stare vaguely at the screen. Taking 3 breaths, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Go deep. Okay, breathe all the way in so that you can hold it for like a count of 4, and then deep breath out. You can actually feel that breath going out, draining down your legs. And let's bring it in again, hold it, and breathe out. Nothing needs to be solved right now. Just notice what's present. Bring to mind the decisions, situation, or areas of tension you've been carrying. Don't analyze it yet. Just name them. Just let them flow through your mind and put them into names. Now ask yourself, what am I actually building? And for who? If this continues exactly as it is, how will my business feel in a year? Is this aligned with who I am becoming or who I've outgrown? Am I choosing this freely or trying to avoid discomfort, judgment, or loss? Okay, I want you to open your eyes. You've got a pen and paper close by. I want you to write one sentence that feels true, not impressive. Think of this when you write that one sentence. Would I still choose this if success didn't need to be proven? Hey, just one sentence, not one novel. George is writing a novel. He's writing his next book.
The next two.
Next two. Brilliant. It's working. Okay, ready to move on. Okay, so now we're going to shift from our head back to our body. When you think about moving forward with this as is, what do you notice in your body? Do you notice
You're looking for an answer.
you can share if you like, you don't have to.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just feeling more relaxed. Yeah.
Okay. More relaxed, more clear, knowing where you are. Is there expansion or contraction in your body? Are you pulling in or are you expanding out? Something to think about. You might want to jot them down. What emotion am I leading from here most often? If you can't answer it, it's okay. Where am I pushing instead of trusting? What part of this feels light or clean? And what feels heavy? If I could lead from calm conviction instead of effort, what would change? Go back now and look at what you've written. Highlight or circle or underline the words that pop out to you. Those words should feel honest. Okay, so clarity isn't complete until we add a little bit of action to this, but there's no need to be rushed. Okay. So after looking at those words, what do you think your next action should be? Not the full solution. What do you think your next action should be? So don't go and think about the whole thing, just one action. Think about this. What is the next action? Not the full solution. What are you carrying that no longer needs to be carried by you? And what would progress look like? I want you to look at that now and go back and circle one action that you've got there. And think about it. If I did less, I did this one thing well, what would shift? One action word you fit in. Okay. When you're done, just close your eyes again or lower your vision. Breathe in, all the way in. Hold it for a second. Let it out. All the way down. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. All the way through. One more. Breathe in. Let it out. Okay. You can open your eyes. Remember, envision. Does that feel aligned with you again? That image. That feeling, does it feel cleaner now? Less stressful, less overwhelming? Is it the right time to be doing it? So if you think about it, now that you've done this exercise, you should have some words that you've highlighted or underlined. You should have an action word that kind of popped out for you. If you think about it this way, if you had to go and write, okay, take up your pens again and write this down, okay? I choose to proceed or pause or refine or let go. So you choose whether you're going to proceed with it, you're going to pause with it, you're going to refine it, or you're going to let it go. Okay? And my next intentional action is so usually I always say to you, you must go and get stuck into your homework or get your homework done or plan whatever you got to do after this, after the call. Okay? Today I'm going to say to you, don't. I want you to go and just clear your minds for 10 minutes. Don't do any work yet. Just relax for 10 minutes and allow what you've been thinking about today just to settle. But not intentional thinking. Okay? It must be subconscious thinking. Allow your mind and your body to process thoughts that have gone through your head today. Next week, I will bring in the actual checklist for you to start planning your 90 days. We'll start working in that. So between now and next week, it's just that one action for your goal or to achieve in the next 90 days. You happy with that? Any questions?
Yeah, just a bit of time might make me change my mind. But I suppose that's part of the process.
Well, we're going to finish a good 10 minutes early.
But this is something I'm doing every day. And particularly this year, I have learned an awful lot, and I follow a lot of people that has changed my thinking quite a bit as well. So I've done a lot of this stuff, and I know how important it is. And I've probably become more spiritual than I've ever been as well, and relying more on the universe. And through that, a lot of things have happened that have convinced me that there's more to life than just what we think about. There is other people up there that are helping and supporting us if we do the meditation and things like that. Like, well, this is the only morning that I don't do my full routine, but I try to
Well,
get
you
that.
got it today.
Yeah.
You got
And
it today.
that's what I'm going to say. That's why I says, yeah, well, it's try as well, because I would normally go and meditate now, and I've got a gratitude journal, and I write down 10 things every day that I'm grateful for. But I did get a few exercises in, and I play a song every day, and I dance to it, move about. And I was just doing that before I came on. But I'm also learning the song at the same time, and I'm practicing vocal. I mean, I'm doing some vocal training at the moment, so I'm practicing things, and I know it's working because last Sunday somebody sent me a recording of me live on the stage last Sunday. And a lot of them saying, "That's the best I've ever heard you, George. That was fantastic." I was getting a lot of
I'd love
compliments.
to sneak a camera into your room when you're doing this. It'd be fantastic.
It's a great sight.
Okay. Adet, how do you feel after this?
Yeah, I did a whole long few month session with another lady, a colleague of mine who I, I was her guinea pig tester while she was busy studying, and it helps a lot. Well, the interesting thing is at night, when this is done regularly, even tonight, even if anybody tracks their sleep, your REM sleep actually improves because your subconscious is still thinking about what you thought of now. And it's processing it and cleaning out, because that's when I learned about the lymphatic system. That's your your brain cleaning out its muck. And that's also part of just fine tuning exactly what George is also saying, with putting all your sort of eggs in a basket in a way. Your subconscious doing that, and that comes forward in your everyday life.
Yeah. Because you clean it up. It brings clarity. It becomes clearer. Get rid of that heavy load that you're carrying of stuff that's not important. Okay. It's important to other people. But is it really important to you? Because often we carry other people's burdens. Jim, how do you feel?
Yeah,
You're just overwhelmed.
No. I certainly buy into the whole idea here you're going through here, and definitely the creative mind works very well in the subconscious arena. And yeah, things don't just fall into place immediately as you hear them, and I will need to let this now mull over. And
Process.
I've got what I wrote now and what I've done through what you've just said to us. I've got a certain set of words and comments and sentences, but whether that's still relevant tomorrow morning, I don't know.
We'll see.
Can,
Okay.
can
So
I ask you, so,
yeah.
so I was going to ask you, is this one thing? Like, for example, I've got three: health, wealth, and contribution, which is
Yeah.
things that I aim for. Health is very, very important, but wealth is also important. That's the one that I probably need to work on the most, and contribution.
So let me ask you
So,
something, George. Okay.
yeah.
If you take wealth, health, and contribution,
Mhm.
okay, what can you do about wealth?
Well, that's what I'm working on. That's why, as I said
What can
last
you
week,
do about your health?
well, I'm exercising every morning. I keep to that routine, and I'm very good at that.
What are both those things?
Well, I am doing it.
So they
That's all part of it. To create wealth, you have to be healthy.
they are both end results of your contribution.
End result of your contribution, possibly.
The contribution is the doing. You can't do wealth. You can't do health, but you can do contribution.
Yeah.
You contribute towards your wealth. You contribute towards your health. You contribute towards your business, your life.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. So,
Yeah.
what's the one thing you're going to do with your health? What's the one thing you're going to do with your wealth? What's the one thing you're going to do with your? I mean, my contribution, I think, is not. I do give some money to charity when I've got it, but I do a lot for charity with my
Yeah.
music. So that's my
So
contribution.
remember, the doing word is the contribution. And I'm not saying giving money, okay? Contributing towards your own self, contributing towards your goals, contributing towards your plans, contributing. It's the effort, okay? It's the effort it's the doing, it's the action. That's what you need to remember, okay? And that's why I say one thing, because it's one action that multiplies and has a rollover effect on everything we do.
Yeah.
I always say there are three main goals, exactly what you do. Okay. What do you want in life? How much money do you need? They're both the end result of what we do in our lives and our businesses every day. Who you are as a person equals wealth and health.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with the thing. It's what you become. It's not what you do. It's what you become is important.
Yeah. All right. Take the next 10 minutes and just be. Okay. Just be. And I'll see you all next week.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a good
Right.
week.
You too.
Bye.
Okay.